All right, so you want to get a handle on your personal finances right,
Yeah.
but sometimes it feels like you're trying to learn a whole new language.
It can feel that way, yeah.
Luckily for us, Stefano Ukandu wrote, Personal Finance Made Simple for Beginners.
There you go. That's what we like to hear. Simple.
It's like he knew we were struggling out here.
Well, I think a lot of people struggle with this stuff.
That's what we're doing today. We're diving into this book to help you guys get on the right track.
Yeah, we're going to pull out the most impactful tips and takeaways to set you on the path to financial success.
That's right, financial success.
Ukandu just lays it all out there, about why you need this kind of guide. It doesn't matter how old you are.
Yeah, he makes that very clear right up front. Doesn't matter how much money you make.
Exactly.
It's for everybody.
He talks about those pain points we've all felt,
Oh, yeah.
feeling overwhelmed by financial jargon.
Tell me about it.
The struggle to save anything.
The struggle is real.
And just being intimidated by investing. That's huge.
Yeah, that's a big one. It's almost like he's talking directly to us.
Right. Like, I see you, I hear you.
It's refreshing.
And the thing is, he doesn't just say managing your finances is important. He connects those struggles to their real-world consequences,
Oh, yeah, he does. And I was really impressed by that.
Like how being financially out of control can lead to so much stress.
Oh, yeah.
And it can limit your options in life, too.
Oh, absolutely. It can impact your health even.
It's all connected, so
Yeah.
taking charge of your finances, it's not just about the numbers.
Right.
It's really about taking control of your well-being.
Absolutely. Okay, so what makes this book different from all the other ones out there?
Well, for one thing, it's so approachable.
Yeah, it is.
Like, it feels like you're just having a conversation with a friend about money.
Right. A really smart friend who knows what they're talking about.
But exactly. But they're not judging you. And there's no confusing jargon in this book, just practical advice.
And he makes it so clear. Some of these financial concepts can be tricky.
Oh, absolutely. But he
Yeah.
breaks it down, uses examples that make sense.
Relatable examples. It's not like he's talking down to you or anything.
Exactly. It's very down to earth.
I love that.
So, yeah, no condescending lectures or complicated equations.
Thank goodness.
Just straightforward, actionable advice.
I like it. All right, so let's jump into some of the key takeaways from this book.
Let's do it.
Okay, so first up, we have budgeting.
The B word.
I know, right? It's like it gets a bad rap.
Yeah, people think it's all about deprivation.
Yeah, like you said, restriction.
But Ukandu, he flips that script, doesn't he?
Oh, he does.
He talks about budgeting as a way to, understand where your money is actually going.
Yes.
And then making conscious choices that, align with your goals.
Right.
Your values.
It's about being intentional with your money.
Exactly. It's not about, locking yourself in a cage.
Right.
It's about taking control.
It's about freedom.
Yes. And he gives you a roadmap. Literally, how to create a budget.
It's so good. He walks you through every step,
Yeah.
tracking your spending, setting those financial goals.
Yeah, and he makes it clear that it should be flexible, Your budget shouldn't be this thing that makes you miserable. It should be, helping you actually achieve your dreams.
I love that. Okay, so we talked about budgeting, but what about saving?
Yes. Saving. Big one. And he really emphasizes having a solid emergency fund.
Oh my gosh, he does not let up on the emergency fund.
He's serious about it, and rightfully so. Life happens, right? Unexpected events. You got to be prepared.
And it's not just like a little rainy day fund. He's talking 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses.
That's right.
Which, for a lot of people, that seems like a lot of money.
I know, but he breaks it down, makes it doable.
He really does. He gives you all these creative tips to boost your savings quickly, if you need to.
Like what?
Like selling your stuff or picking up a side hustle.
Oh, side hustle.
Classic. Right. But I also like that he suggests automating your savings.
Yes. Automatic transfers. It's like magic. You don't even see the money, and it's growing.
Exactly. Set it and forget it. Okay, we've covered budgeting, we've covered saving. But what about investing?
Investing. Now that can feel intimidating.
That's where things get real.
Right. But Ukandu, he does a great job of just demystifying it.
He does.
He explains everything in plain English, no jargon.
So many people I know, they just shy away from investing because they think it's only for rich people.
Or they have to be like a Wall Street wizard.
Right. But Ukandu says that investing is for everybody.
Everyone. Regardless of how much money you make.
Even if you can only invest a small amount.
Especially then. Because he talks about the power of compounding. Starting early is key.
So how does he explain compounding?
He uses a great analogy. Imagine a snowball rolling down a hill.
Okay.
As it rolls, it picks up more snow, right?
Yeah.
Getting bigger. That's like your money with compounding.
So the money you invest, it earns interest.
Right.
And then that interest earns interest.
You got it.
And it just keeps growing and growing.
Exactly. And the longer you let it roll, the bigger that snowball or your investment gets.
Okay, that makes sense. He makes it so much easier to understand.
That's what he does. All right, so we've talked about budgeting, saving, investing. What about debt?
Ooh, yeah. The D word. He talks about debt, right?
Oh, he does. He has a whole section on managing and eliminating debt.
Good. Because that's a reality for a lot of people.
Credit cards, student loans, personal loans. He covers it all.
He even talks about student loan debt,
Mm.
because that's a big one these days.
Oh, he does. He knows that's a huge burden for so many people. He even gives advice on negotiating with lenders.
Wow, that's really helpful.
Right. It's like having your own personal financial advisor.
I love it. And he seems to get it. It's not like he's judging anybody who has debt.
No judgment at all. It's more like, hey, we're going to tackle this together.
It's nice to see a book that acknowledges that. It's real life.
It is.
But he doesn't stop there.
Yeah.
You know, he also talks about the psychology of money.
Yes. And that's so important.
And I don't think it's talked about enough.
I agree.
Like how our beliefs and emotions about money,
Mm.
they can really influence our financial decisions. And we don't even realize it half the time.
It's true. It's like we're running on autopilot.
Yeah, exactly. So give me an example. How did that play out in real life?
Okay, so let's say you grew up and money was always tight in your family.
Okay.
You might develop this scarcity mindset.
Scarcity mindset. Okay.
Like, there's never enough money.
Right.
And that can lead to making decisions based on fear,
Oh, absolutely.
anxiety instead of logic.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
Right. Your past experiences, they really shape how you view money and how you manage it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So what do we do about it?
Well, that's the good news. Yukondu gives you strategies, like how to overcome those mental blocks.
Okay, good.
He wants you to examine your beliefs about money,
Yeah.
challenge those negative thoughts.
Reframe them.
Exactly. And develop a healthier relationship with your finances.
Okay, so it's not just about the numbers. It's like we have to change our mindset about money too.
Yes, it's both. You need the practical skills, right?
Right.
But you also need a healthy money mindset.
It's like building a house. You need a solid foundation.
That's a great way to put it.
Otherwise, the whole thing's going to fall apart, right?
Exactly.
It's about creating lasting change.
Yes. It's not just a quick fix.
So where do we begin?
Well, the good news is it's never too late to start.
Oh, good.
No matter where you are in life, he's got you covered.
Because it can feel so overwhelming sometimes.
It totally can. But he breaks it down into these manageable steps.
Okay, I like that.
And he always starts with tracking your spending.
Okay.
You got to know where your money's going before you can do anything else.
You can't manage what you don't track.
There you go. And he gives you tips, on how to do it without it being a drag.
Okay, good. Because nobody wants to do that.
Nobody, use a budgeting app or something.
Right. There are tools out there to make it easier.
Exactly. Okay, so you're tracking your spending. You're getting a clear picture of your habits.
Yeah.
What's next?
What's next?
Now you can see where you can cut back. Start saving.
Okay.
And he says even small changes, they can make a big difference over time.
Little things add up, right?
Exactly. Like that daily latte.
Oh, there it is, my latte. Busted.
I had to go there. But seriously, it's about being mindful,
Right.
finding those little ways to save in your everyday life.
I like it.
But it's not all about cutting back. He also talks about setting goals.
Oh, yes. Goals are important.
So important because they give you direction,
Yeah.
motivation.
It's like having a financial roadmap.
Exactly. Where are you going? What are you working towards?
It makes it feel less overwhelming when you break it down like that, into smaller steps.
Yes, one step at a time.
You don't have to do it all at once.
Exactly. So instead of, I want to save $1 million, start with something smaller.
Right.
Like, I'm going to save $5,000 this year. Something manageable.
I love that. So it really is about mindset as much as strategy.
100%.
Yeah.
And Yukondu, he gets that. He understands that connection. And he says financial freedom, it's not just about having a lot of money, right?
It's not.
No.
Yep.
It's about having control over your finances,
Okay.
making choices that align with your values,
Right.
and creating a life of security,
It's not blind.
Yes, it really is about having that sense of control and freedom,
Yeah. Feeling empowered to make choices that align with your goals and your values. And I think that's what I like most about this book. It gives you the tools to do that.
Absolutely. Yukondu lays it all out there. He doesn't just tell you what to do, he shows you how to do it. step by step.
And for our listeners who are like, all right, I'm sold. Where can I get this book?
It's super easy to find. It's on Amazon, Personal Finance Made Simple for Beginners, Kindle, paperback, whatever you prefer.
Gotta love options.
Yeah.
And I was checking out the reviews online. People seem to really love this book.
I'm not surprised. He takes a topic that's usually, kind of boring and makes it fun.
Right. Engaging.
Yeah.
Well, we covered a lot today. Budgeting, saving, investing, even the psychology of money. What's the one thing you hope listeners take away from this deep dive?
I think the biggest takeaway is that you don't have to be a financial expert to take control of your money.
Right.
You really don't. It's about taking those small steps.
One day at a time.
Exactly.
Forming those good habits. And if you're looking for a guide, a roadmap,
This book is it.
Personal Finance Made Simple for Beginners by Stefano Ukandu. Check it out.
It could change your life.
It could. And on that note, we are wrapping up another deep dive. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.